This week we all went to a bunch of thrift stores. I challenged my sister and Ellie to find things that were quirky and weird, things that we could flip and resell in the store and on the website. But there were a few things I had to keep for my own home. So stay tuned, see where we went and what we bought. We've got a lot of decorating and shopping coming up.
Always static when I try to speak. Not an addict, I just need some sleep. No, you're mad at me, say it's not that deep.
What do you think of our new clothing boutique, Bobby?
It's
Why don't you unveil it?
It's super fabulous.
Good morning at this time. Danielle is with us. Are you excited? I feel like we should have some kind of challenge for this week's thrift shopping.
Challenge to not argue.
Well, that's always a challenge. I was so excited that my sister wanted to come with us this week. When the three of us get together, it's always a lot of fun. We weren't really looking for anything specific. Fun part about having a store, if you find something that's a bargain, you can always put it in the store if you don't need it in your own home. We all have tiny houses, so we did find a few things for our homes and we found a few things to sell. Yeah, stay tuned, subscribe, because we have a lot of really fun tips coming up.
All right, we just got to the DAV.
I have a philosophy about thrifting. I think you should go not necessarily looking for something specific, but just looking for cool things that speak to you, and if it's a good price, get it. If it doesn't end up fitting in your own home, if it's a bargain, you can sell it on Etsy, you can sell it on your website, you could sell it on Facebook Marketplace. A lot of times when I go thrifting with my family, they're like, what are we looking for? I'm looking for good stuff. I just try and go with an open mind, just ready to receive the good bargains that I can either keep or sell. The hard part is actually letting go of those things and selling them when I don't need them, like the blanket right there that is gonna be on the website soon, but I just need to look at it on my couch for a little while. Somebody crocheted this blanket by hand, and it cost just $6 at the thrift store. I love thrifting for this reason. I can afford things that are better quality. To buy a handmade blanket at Anthropologie would be out of my budget. In between thrifting, I was working down at my shop with Bobby. For the last couple weeks, we've been working on turning our 100 square foot cottage into a tiny clothing boutique. It's a little space, but a lot of work. Down here so we can paint the inside of the barn. We have it all primed, and we're gonna paint the floor. We're gonna paint the walls. Not all the way up. We're gonna leave all that white up there, natural. And look what Bobby left for me. This should be a lot easier. I don't have a paint roller, so I am going to use a brush to paint my entire deck. Like an idiot, I'm gonna do that. I have one almost full pint of Americana, 3/4 Blue Hills, and then some White Swan. I'm gonna mix them all together and come up with the wall color. I went with a 50-50 of Americana and White Swan. I am about to pour it into the tray. Here is my roller. Look at that, gorgeous.
Is it good coffee? Yeah. Mom, you have a crazy sister.
I do. After the thrift store, we went to a place called the Sea Hive. It's a collective, lots of vintage, lots of art. I love to go to places like this. I usually don't buy much because it's not really priced for resale, but I get all kinds of display ideas. I did find a few things. Let me show you what I got. When I paint my new sofa, maybe this could be around the bottom. I don't know, but I'm a sucker for the pom-pom situation. What are you doing, Bobby?
Sanding.
What are you sanding?
The top of it, and somebody left it all rough and weird.
Are I got a roller. Did you know that? I'm using a roller, not a brush. Did you see how I used a brush to paint my deck?
Yeah. Yeah, that was bad. Bad.
Bobby did all the cutting in while I did the rolling. What are you doing, Bobby?
Paint the floor.
With a roller?
Yeah, not with a paintbrush.
Should I time this?
I know your preferred method is with a brush.
It's 2:25. Let's see how long it takes. 4 hours. Look at our new beautiful lights that Bobby did. Those look good. Tomorrow we're gonna install the clothing. We pretty much did the whole thing, and we have an inch of paint left that we probably will not need. It's amazing paint. Built-in sealer. Super durable. Next, we went to the estate sale warehouse. Most of the things in here are vintage and very high end, but for what they are, the prices are really good. This is where I got my patio chairs that I painted in last week's video.
Ready, putting on my suede shoes some days. You just gotta let loose, hit every street like a dance floor.
Well, that wasn't very fun. Towel Place did not do us well this week. Because we bought the good stuff last week.
You see who waits for me every time? Levi. Okay, Dad, today we're gonna set up the clothing barn. So we need to take the racks and get them in there.
We're putting the racks that were in the other shed.
Yeah, so if you
in this one,
if you want to start by getting that one out.
I already did.
You already This was a lamp from a couple weeks ago. It was $10, not $20. And I'm gonna have Jenny turn it into something amazing.
What am I going to do to it?
First we're gonna paint it, and then we are going to make over the lampshade, I think, with the transfer.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. What's happening, Levi? What did you get? What did you get, Levi? There's a thrift store right next to where I grocery shop, and they also give me points, so I'm in there a lot, and I found something really good this week. This giant clock had its original tag of $200, and with my points, I got it for $10.
So easy once you get it going, everything is dreaming.
This was $20 at the thrift store, but then I had points, so I got it for $10, and the original tag is still on it. I got a treat too. What is it? Ribeye. Not for you. No, Levi, you cannot have it. Thank you, Bobby. Yum. I know, I was wrong.
Yeah, you were right. What did I tell you?
You said that it was going to dry wrong, but I didn't.
What did you say?
I said it starts off lighter and dries darker.
And?
And it didn't, because it was the bottom of the can.
That's what I said.
I didn't know that. Within 10 minutes of my house, there are 6 thrift stores. They're next to my grocery store. They're next to where I work out. They're next to the other grocery store that I go to. So I go there all the time. It's my job. It's my job to find stuff to show you so that you can feel like you can do it too. And I also need stuff to sell in my store. I love selling vintage. I love decorating with it. So it's really fun to go out there and find the bargains. And yeah, I probably went to the thrift stores 3 times this week, but you know, it's what I do. I also get a ton of inspiration from my design books, and Home Goods sells them for 1/3 of the price. I love to find the weirdest and quirkiest items to create an eclectic, high-end look.
Feel so fine. Everything is dreaming when it feels so fine. Take a little step, get the groove in mind. Slide into the motions, look into the time.
My favorite coffee place is being tinted for termites, so I'm walking down to my other favorite one. Okay, look at these Look at the prices. Seriously? Yeah, I've shown you all how to paint denim, right? All right, I love that one so much.
If you want to buy it, or would you rather DIY it?
I have plenty of old jeans and t-shirts, and I am gonna do that. They were very cool, but I do not want to pay that kind of price. What do you think of our new clothing boutique, Bobby?
It's
Why don't
fabuloso.
you unveil it?
It's super fabulous.
Can you open the door so we can unveil? Da, 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 da. We're just getting started. We've got a new curtain,
Fabuloso.
and we used an old chair leg for the rod. I think that's genius. We've got our overalls. I'm wearing this dress right now. I want to paint it. Cute pink tops. Look at that cute top. And some kimonos. We got cute little wraps. It's going to be the jewelry cabinet is going to go right there. And look what Jenny did. It looks so much better now. So Jenny's painting our lamp. It's looking great. So Jenny, why are you doing it like this?
Because when I went to put the second coat on, it didn't adhere.
It's not wood. So
It's not wood. It's glass or whatever, and it's just not adhering as well. So
she's pouncing, which is going to create a textury surface so that when we put on the second coat, it will have something to grab onto. But we're going to need to let this completely cure. So it will dry, but it will cure in 4 hours, 3 hours, depending on the weather.
Isn't it cool though with
It
all the
looks
flowers, the
so
colors?
good, yes.
Change, such a change.
Yes,
Modernizes it.
it's gorgeous. Levi, you're not supposed to lounge on the merchandise. You hear me? He's going to hang the giant clock there. Here it goes. What time is it, Bobby?
It's time for me to go home and take a nap.
We gotta make sure that that's secure up there.
In the middle.
Okay, look at that clock. You guys, if you want us to ship it to you, that would be expensive. But if you want to come in and get it, it's half of what it originally was. I saved my old clothing racks from the Encinitas store, and Bobby and my dad reconfigured them for the barn. Okay, this is how it's looking right now. I still have a ton of work to do. Probably gonna come back and work on the 4th of July because it needs to be open by Saturday, but it's a start. So this is the $7 velvet pillow I got at Consignment Classics, and I found this old vintage trim. So I'm just gonna hot glue it on right here, and I think it'll be cute in the patio chair. Might be cringing right now because I am hot gluing my pillow instead of sewing it. It was $7. It's from my house. I would never sew it. I don't sew. But if I were gonna sell it, I would sew it. Or I wouldn't sew it. I would find somebody to sew it. But, you know, it's cute. It's real cute. Bobby is meeting me here to look at jewelry cabinets. There he is. Do you see him? He's way down there. Bobby found the best one. It's really good.
But I think once you paint this thing,
Yeah.
it's cute.
Bobby just hung the customer service lady's cabinet is gonna go right here. What do you think, Bobby?
I don't.
Are you gonna take the name of Jesus with you, Bobby? Are you?
No comment.
Jesus was a Jew. The cabinet's here now. I just have to paint it. Bobby's working on the lights. This is the cabinet right now.
It's fabuloso.
I am going to paint it with the white swan. Here it is with the door closed. It's got thick glass shelves. It is going to be so good for my jewels. Bobby just fixed the light.
It's the goodness.
Bobby, what do you think of it?
I like it.
It's good, right?
It's very good.
What are you doing to her? Be gentle.
Oh,
He's taping it off.
you don't care.
I
You don't
care.
even want it taped.
I just think it would be easier not to tape
And to do what?
and then just wipe off the excess paint.
And will you?
Yes.
But then as you're wiping off the excess paint, won't it wipe it off the wood?
No.
I think it would.
Bobby was telling me that if we didn't tape off the cabinet, that there would be a bunch of comments about how we should have taped it. I'm not against taping. Our paint is so easily reactivated with water. I could wipe off the excess paint faster than I could tape it up because I'm not a taping kind of personality. I was grateful that he did tape for me, but if I would have been alone, there would have been no taping going on. People do not hesitate to tell me what they think.
Yeah, I wonder if they think it's better to tape it than have it not have to clean the glass for 45 minutes or an hour.
There will be split opinions, I can guarantee it. There are people from last week's video who said I would have totally painted your deck with a brush too, Debbie.
There it is.
Don't call them that, they can hear you.
Move on. Don't tell me you're sorry. I don't want your pity. Baby, you got it all wrong. You think I'm missing you every night. Every night.
I'm done. I'm heading home to eat. I'll be back mañana. There was a hummingbird right up there on my new plant that hasn't died yet, but I was too slow to capture it. I knew I was going to work on the 4th of July, so I staged a few of the items from the thrift store at my house before taking them back to my shop. And then I headed back the next day.
Cursed. You left me to drown and sail away on your ship. But I don't give a damn, it's water under the bridge. When you take a look at me, you only see what you.
This green and yellow crocheted blanket was $2.50.
Don't tell me you're sorry. I don't want your pity. Baby, you got it all wrong.
What do you have? Do you have your baby? You got your baby. It's real good. So we took apart.
All those things I'm gonna put here.
Yeah, we're gonna put our stamps there and make more room for the molds on the other side. Now it's time to load up the jewelry cabinet. I usually start with the bigger elements first. This is an old velvet hand I got when I was in France. These are shoes from the 1920s. This head is very old. I like to use books because it sets off the jewelry. If you set the jewelry right on the glass, it's not going to stand out as much, so I love old vintage books. This is a gorgeous piece that Joe Packham of Where Women Create told me about this artist. She was featured in their magazine and I ordered a few pieces. This butterfly is huge. It is 3.5 inches across, I think, but it's an amazing statement piece. I got 2 of them and they are on our website. Jenny is working on the lampshade now, and we put the Joy to Roses. Oh my goodness, Jenny, it's so good.
Yeah, it's coming good. I have to obviously go around more and stuff, but
It's gorgeous.
Fill in some of the empty spaces.
Look at the lamp, a little dark wax in the flower. We found this old end of a bed, and we need a shelf up there. So Bobby and I are configuring how to put it. I think we should we keep it red or should we paint it?
I keep it.
Yeah, the
I
red.
like the color. It's a good splash, and it goes with the frame, and it looks good with the green.
Okay, we'll keep it then. Yeah, Bobby, I like your idea. It's cool. Okay, I have the jewelry cabinet done for now. There's a bunch of new jewelry coming in, so it's just kind of temporary, but I like to use old things as props. See the ring on her head? She's actually the top of a jar, the bottom is gone. Broken pottery necklaces, and this butterfly is amazing. The seahorse ring, I think they're only $32. You've seen me wear mine a million times on the website. Old books are great to prop things up. We will will lock it up for tonight. I would say that's a gorgeous cabinet. We have most things featured in our video under our YouTube tab on our website. If you see something that isn't listed, it just means we haven't gotten to it yet. So you can send us an email if there's a specific item you're interested in, or give us 24 hours and we will get the rest of the things listed. Dad put up a shelf where the clothing used to be for all of our stamps. At least it's ready for Saturday, which is tomorrow. I really like how the end of the bed piece looks up there as a shelf. Here are the overalls, the ones that I wear all the time. We have a bunch of cute clothes on the website. If you have not looked, you should totally check out the fun stuff that we have. And there's that thrift store find from this week. It's a good start. Jenny worked really hard on the lamp. The only thing left to do was the dark wax. We put the Jamie Ray paint on first, which has a built-in sealer, so you can apply dark wax right on top of the paint and wipe it off really easily.
I'm so beautiful without you. Now my skin glows and it shines like glue. I'm pretty without you, pretty without you.
Ellie went to the Santee swap meet yesterday without me. I definitely want to go there after looking at these clips. There was some very cool stuff. Coming up is an old book that was converted into a piece of art that I got at the DAV at the beginning of this video. It was just $7 and I'm going to list it on the website on Monday. All of the products used in this video can be found in the link below. And if you are looking for DIY paint in your area, or if you'd like to sell DIY paint in your store, that link is also below.
Taking care of myself, haven't done that in forever. No mascara under my eyes since you left with your life. No makeup on my sleeve, now I can't keep it together. I'm so beautiful without you. Now my nails can grow and I bought new shoes. I'm pretty without